Hey everyone, my name is Hope and welcome to another video. So recently I watched the Ultraman anime series on Netflix. The only Ultraman of anything I'd ever had seen before this was Ultraman Uprising. And when I watched that, I didn't have very much information on it. I really just watched them because I was like, ooh, giant monsters and a giant guy in a suit fighting them. That looks cool because sci-fi is one of my favorite genres. I had time to spare. So I was like, why not just watch all three seasons? And so I decided to do that one weekend. Across 2 days, I binge watched all 39 episodes. It was crazy. Anyways, it was actually really cool. I did not have much information about what had happened previous because this show actually takes place, I guess, decades after the Ultraman show in 1966. The show actually does a really good job of informing you of what happened before that, so you don't really need the context, but it would be good to watch that also because the Ultraman from that series is also in this one, but it's years later and he doesn't have Ultraman merged with him anymore, but he still has some of that energy, so when he has a son, it passes on to him, which is really cool. And when his son, who is the main protagonist of the show, Shinjiro Hayata, and when he starts tapping into that power that he has, he's freaked out, obviously. It's very amusing. But he gets, in a sense, recruited by an organization that dealt with giant kaiju and alien monsters, whatever, back when Ultraman was still there, called the SSSP, which stands for the Science Special Search Party. Don't know why, it sounds like a weird name, but they work with him to make him a suit and whatever so he can also go and fight alien monsters, which is super cool, especially when he's really bad at it the first time. But across the show, he deals with things. He doesn't want to kill the aliens, despite the fact that they're killing people, because in this show, he doesn't actually get super big. He kind of just is regular height and fighting regular height aliens. But apparently there are other people who can just be Ultraman and they just have suits. So that at the end of the show, there's 6 or 7 of them because one of them is a female. So she's like an Ultra woman. So there's 6 Ultramen. That was not intentional. I did not mean to say that like that. But I do love how he does get character development across the shows because he kind of goes from being kind of like lame and just like, I don't know what I'm doing with life, so I'm just going to do whatever and not taking anything seriously to like actually locking in and focusing and doing things and growing as a person and realizing that he can't just mess around and have fun. This is actually serious and people's lives are in danger. But there are, I'm not going to like say too much to like spoil it, but there are a lot of really cool plot twists, especially in the 3rd season. There's one every season, but the 3rd one brings everything together and it's so cool. The other characters that I do also enjoy, the other Ultramen. The second Ultraman that we get right after Shinjiro becomes one is Den Moriboshi, and he's kind of just emotionless, it seems, and he has no problem with killing people at all. And then we meet Seiji Hokuto. He's a lot younger. I don't want to say a lot younger. He's much younger than Shinjiro, and he acts that way, but he's a lot more advanced in his fighting abilities. And then Kotaro Higashi is also really cool. A weird thing happens to him. He turns into this fire thing and he actually needs the suit so that he doesn't burn things. But it's still cool. And then there's Ultraman Jack, which is just his name because I guess he doesn't want to change it, but whatever. And then that's all of them. And then another female character who becomes an Ultra woman later on, who I don't care about because she's very, very annoying. Ran is a prominent female character who just pops up occasionally because she just gets caught in conflict of whenever Ultraman's fighting, one of them or any of them. And she's a singer. And at one of her concerts, an alien shows up and is like, I'm going to do bad things. I don't remember what he said. And basically holds her hostage. And so 2 of the Ultramen show up, the main guy, Shinjiro, and then Moriboshi. They both show up. And he's like, I have these bombs suspended in the air. So if you move, everybody dies. So, right off the bat, great situation to be in. And then he has some laser that cuts a hole in the roof. And the entire ceiling is now falling in on everybody. And so Shinjiro goes up to catch it because he can fly. He's the only one that can actually fly because he's the only one who has the actual Ultraman abilities in his DNA because he's just cool like that, I guess. So he does that. He's holding the roof And the girl, Reina, has the audacity to have this whole spiel about, oh, you're supposed to protect people. Why aren't you doing that? As he's actively protecting everybody. And in that moment, I was like, I don't like you. You are okay, but now I don't like you because you're obnoxious. Like, the audacity to be like, oh, you're not doing a good job to save people. Like, yes, there are accidents. You can't fight a giant alien thingy, whatever, and not expect casualties. Obviously, he did his best to avoid that. When people are like, oh, yeah, we'd be better off without them because there wouldn't be so much damage, like, no, there'd be more damage, and it wouldn't end if no one stopped whatever creature, monster thing was destroying everything. Like, that's not how it works. It bothers me so much in shows when that happens. Because you're like, oh, yeah, you caused all this destruction. What did you think was going to happen? Do you want it to continue? It's like a fraction of what it could have been. I don't know, whatever. That's just me. Overall, the show is phenomenal. I really enjoyed it. I figured if I'm going to be doing reviews often enough, I might as well just have a scoring sheet to have an actual way to score things properly, at least for me. So for this, I have, because it's an animation, it's an anime, it has its own category. The story's good. The story's well done. It's okay. It's got a 6. The character development was a 6 because though some characters had character development, some of them were pretty much the same all throughout, with small, minor, if any, development at all. Because most of the heroes were just heroes, but it is what it is. The animation quality got an 8 because it was really good, but there were like some parts where it was just weird looking. I don't know. And the voice acting got an 8 because that was really well done. I don't know what it is with animes and the English dubs and the females just having really weird voices, but I don't know that. I don't know why they do that, but it is what it is. I got an 8. And the music got a 9. It was fantastic. It was amazing. I loved it so much. Listened to the soundtrack multiple times. World building got an 8 because it really did set up a good world, what was happening after whatever original series was based on. I didn't need to go back and watch it because it did a really good job of explaining that to me through the events going on in the show, which is super cool. And then pacing got an 8 because it was also really well done. It felt a little rushed-ish at some times because I guess there was a jump forward in time and I didn't realize that, and it was really confusing, so that was weirdly done. I gave the emotional impact a 9 because there were some pretty deep things in it. There are some pretty deep problems going on, and it was good, which overall brings it to a 7.8. I don't know if any of y'all have seen this show, but I highly recommend it to anyone who likes, I don't know, anime or science fiction, things of that sort. But that's all for this video. I hope all of you have a blessed day, and peace out.